live.
What up, Hood Nerds? It's your boy Jarrell Scott Barn, leader of the J Hive here. And if you're listening to this right now on a live stream or you listen to this on the podcast, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon for more updates and more notifications, and keep up with the squad. Now, I'm joined by some of the funniest comedians where we break down everything with pop culture, gaming, anime, and TV, and everything under the sun. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yo, what's happening? It's Wasabi, the Black Samurai, a.k.a. your mama's favorite, Ty Riggs, y'all.
Yes, and I am the Reverend, the Doctor, the young Mandalorian, Mr. Hot Boy Summer,
Hot
and
boy.
the one true king
We
of
getting this
Westeros.
again? You doing this for a second
Dwayne
year?
Murphy Jr.
You doing this for a second
Yes,
year?
it is officially back. That's right. Summertime is in. We got the drip here, man. Even James is dripping, baby.
Yes,
Look at it. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Why don't you-
God
Happy
bless
the
you,
Reverend
James.
himself.
Yes, I'm here, baby.
Why don't you explain what Hot Boy Summer is if people
Man,
don't know?
Hot Boy Summer is about putting that power into yourself, baby.
Yes.
All right? And especially at a time like this, especially with our black and brown community suffering what is suffering, man, we need this energy right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so happy to be back for y'all, ready to bless y'all with some more healing, ready to bless y'all with some good spirit, baby. Jarrell, I am changing your life this summer, baby.
really
I
not.
will.
You're really
I
not.
will find you. I will touch your heart and your soul, baby. I'm on an endless quest.
Hey, man, 6 feet.
I am on an endless quest.
Hey, what about you, Ty, man? You sound like you're tired and shit, man. What's going on, man? You good?
Tired. I'm just high as hell. That's just me. But
Well, let that be known, man. And we got the new producer here at People of Comedy, Jason, who I mistook for James. And
Yeah, Jarrell's got an issue with white people. We working on that.
I
But
know I do got some issues with it. But,
rightfully so, though. Rightfully.
I'm sorry. Jason, man, we glad you're in the studio, man. Clap it up for him, man, being in the People of Comedy fam.
Welcome to the family.
We appreciate it. And just like always, on the ones and twos, we got James Webb, the creator of People of Comedy.
What's up, everybody?
Yep, and we're going to get into it today. Before we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have the news with Dwayne Murphy. What you going to be talking about today?
Well, we have to. We definitely have to talk about the new Cyberpunk trailer that dropped. All you gamers looking forward to
Yes,
that.
sir.
Some other games coming out. There's some interesting ways to make money during this virus right now.
Well, we get into all that in a second, man. Just rock with us, and we'll be back. And we'll be back in just a second, just doing everything that we need to do. Now, the news is something that we definitely got to cover. We got to do it. But please take that jewelry off if you can. Is that like y'all went to Party City or some shit?
Hey, man, we dripping, baby. Don't worry about us.
Them ain't real
We
diamonds.
dripping, baby. We dripping.
we never said they were diamonds. We just said we had bling.
We-
I'm sorry. I
Just
had
dripping,
to say that before you went to break,
You knew
man.
we
We'll be
was
back in a
dripping.
second, man. We'll be back. And we back. Dwayne, why don't you let us know everything that's going on in the news, everything in pop culture, gaming, and TV?
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said before, first and foremost, all you people who have been waiting, your prayers, right? Probably the most anticipated game of the year has been Cyberpunk 2077.
There's been a lot of hype about Cyberpunk,
Yes.
and I think it's mainly just because of Keanu Reeves.
Well, listen, man. We been pushing it back. They've been delaying it. We have a real trailer today. We got the trailer probably about 20 minutes before we got here, man. And I've already watched it 3 times, man. It's amazing.
You like okay?
Yeah.
I think the way they rolled out Cyberpunk made more hype than the actual game. I feel like. Because you just to hear me out, right? You watch your E3 back when you could be around people, and then it was all the hype, and then the next thing you see is Keanu Reeves walk out. You're gonna be like, whatever fucking game is that, I'm in. I think the way they rolled it out is made it this big pinnacle of a game.
Well, no, we talked about this weeks ago, how they actually took their time to roll it out. They gave us that tease, and then I think I was the one who was like, I want to see what the game is now. You know what I mean? And so we've talked about how this has been pushed back for a reason. It's probably been a lot of stuff they've worked on. And you've seen the trailer, correct? Because we're gonna show it for the people.
I've seen the trailer. I think we're gonna show it in a
They
second,
need to see it
just for
because
everybody.
I'm telling you, your prayers have been answered, bro.
But I
You
mean,
need to watch
they
it.
were reaching towards an open world environment that was different than anything else. Not like Grand Theft Auto, not anything that you're accustomed to, which I really appreciated. I think they got some more details online just about some things that they've added in to the game, which I think is really dope. I just hope it doesn't have that kind of Last of Us 2 hype where we're hyped over it and then we get that kind of result. You know what I mean? And it's also the storyline is something that's going to be, to me, I think the storyline, if it grips you, right? Because think of Last of Us, the first game. That story was so gripping, it transcended the actual fact that you're playing a video game. You cared about that little girl. You cared about that old man, whatever that Levi Jeans commercial guy.
I ain't care about none of these people.
Levi Jeans commercial.
As soon as them zombies showed up,
They look like a
ran.
Levi Jeans commercial, dude. Like, we're in an apocalypse. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, no, I was not trying to save the brawny man at all.
The brawny man.
As soon as them fucking zombies, I got scared. I'll admit it, people. All right, zombies scare me.
Right, but
I did not make it through that game.
But my point about it is that they deliver something that was good. Then it got to the point where everybody's hyping up this game, and they put it to a plateau where I don't think that they could have reached it. And you saw what happened when you saw those reviews for Last of Us 2. So my only point is that all this hype, all these insights to Cyberpunk, I don't know if it's going to live up to those expectations, and I just want to hear what you guys have to say about that.
Well, I want to start this out. From what I'm seeing and from what I've heard, there's a lot of personalizations. You can personalize your face, you can personalize your clothes, you can personalize
You can do that in
extra
2K.
stuff. But it's first person.
Always trying to get us to play 2K.
Right.
What extra stuff can you personalize?
James wants me to talk about you could customize the size of your dick.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, it's a wait. In Cyberpunk, you could personalize.
Yes.
You can see how long. That's.
You can
why
make
do we
it.
need that? Why do we need
We
that?
don't need it, and that's why it's so dope.
Why so the boss can know I'm packing? like what do we need?
It's a
that
lot of
for?
It's a lot of gamers out there looking for confidence, Jarrell.
But
You know that.
also, the way the story is looking at, it's really hitting on a really good first-person shooter vibe.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I didn't even play the first Cyberpunk. I'll admit that. And I've been tracking what this says based off of what you guys have told me, what James has told me, and what I look for in games and stuff like that. It's something that I think even a fan who doesn't know the history behind it can get behind. Like, I'm really excited to see something like this and to play it because it's like.
But why are you excited?
It puts you in a world of like an altered carbon. It puts you in a world of a Blade Runner. It's a futuristic.
So you like more futuristic type of games?
I'm big on games that are going to take me out of the reality I'm in and immerse me into something that is going to take my focus for however long. That's the games that I like to play. So it appeals to me.
Do we know the story of 2077?
They got a little backstory on it. It's a sci-fi RPG. Players are thrown into a dark future of the year 2077 in a world where advanced technologies have become both the salvation and the curse of humanity. You know what I mean? It's shades of what we're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit in the future, but not too much where it doesn't feel like this couldn't really happen. That's what I'm looking for.
So this is a story trailer if you guys want to get into that. So
yeah.
I got it loaded up right here.
All right, we're about to go ahead and see some of the trailer for you guys that's watching right now. If you guys haven't seen it, this is the trailer.
City of endless opportunity. Ready to get you.
And I think honestly, when it comes to that, I think the visuals of it is really hype when you're watching it. The visuals are fucking beautiful.
And isn't the stuff real time?
It looks like it, yeah.
So all this is real time.
Yeah, and I think that will be dope, honestly. But also, how much does story matter to a game? Think about it, right? Like, if the story doesn't, like, Last of Us 2 was shitty because of the story. And this trailer it's showing us story, but I don't know if it's showing us that much story, or at least just one continuity that I could stick with in what I'm watching.
Well, you won't know that until the actual game comes out. I mean, a trailer is meant to, even with a movie, a trailer doesn't give you the full story of a movie, right? It gives you the basic gist of what it's going to be to get you excited for it.
And also, Last of Us 2, I think, probably disappointed a lot of his fans because I think they were looking for a trilogy or an expansion or something that could, like, continue it, but I think the ending ended very abruptly and crazy. I didn't play it, but the way everybody's talking about it without trying to ruin it is the ending wasn't what they wanted. And people always cry when they don't get what they want. Fuck them.
But honestly, games are really for the consumer. So if they're getting upset, I think there's a thing to it, though. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something that's upsetting or something that we don't like, it's a necessary requirement to kind of make sure that the consumers are happy. And I think for 2077, because the hype is that big, that's why they're extending it, because they're trying to meet your expectations. Yeah. And at the moment that they're at right now, they're not meeting them.
Well, the game has not come out yet, so we don't know if they've met the expectations yet. The game hasn't come out.
You misheard what I said. If the fact of them delaying it, means that they haven't got it to this point. Because how many times they say, hey, you're going to get this game at this time. Hey, you're going to get this game at this time.
Yeah.
But because of the hype and because of people putting their magnifying glass on that, you know that there's something wrong and you have to delay that project.
That was my sentiment a year ago, bro. I'm telling you, I said the exact same thing that you're saying now. And you were the one that told me to give them the time. So I'm telling you, like, the game hasn't come out yet. That's what I'm saying.
Give them the time.
We don't know if they've met or lived up to those expectations. We can speculate. We can worry. We can be like, oh man, I don't know. I'm skeptical. But we won't know until November 19th.
And nobody's leaking the story of Cyberpunk.
Right.
I mean, the reason that it leaked for Last of Us 2 is because that there was a discrepancy between the writer and the company. There was like some type of anger there.
And aren't those two
and
different
they
companies,
leaked
though?
it.
Is Last of Us 2? Is Naughty Dog is Last of Us 2, right? So Cyberpunk is it's not Bethesda, it's somebody else.
Yeah, it's totally different.
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt. Okay, so like they could have their own, you know what I mean? Like
they have their own close. It's how good you treat the workers, right? So if it's like a lot of times producers will do this in music too. Like if producers don't get enough money, they'll just like leak the song. Just out of anger, and the same thing that happened in Last of Us 2, they just leaked the actual script.
You think somebody was in the back like, you know what? Fuck these people.
No, it was true because in Last of Us, the writer quit. She quit, and then because she was just upset just about how she was treated, I think payment or whatever it might be. Right. And then, for 2077, when you see something that big and that close knit, you know that company is working and everybody is being good about it.
Yeah, well, let's hope they. Yeah, I'm just saying.
But also, it's giving me Fallout vibes. Like you remember, Fallout was a game where it had a main story, but everything around it was so big that you kind of forgot about the main story. Like you've had long ass missions, you've had short missions, and all of it seemed like it's canon, but it all strayed away from the main storyline, which wasn't as important in the end.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, I mean, that was the trailer here. I enjoyed watching it. I mean, I definitely want to speculate and see how things were going to operate with it. Hopefully they don't have to delay it again. Maybe we get it this time in November, but hopefully they give us a little bit more insight to the story of the game, give us some more insight just about, because I think we saw some gameplay elements, which was really, really dope in the trailer, but just a little bit more of that would be kind of dope before I purchase that game. So, but we can.
They can't. Well, I mean, they can't give you everything in the game before it comes out, Jarrell. They gotta make you want something.
Not everything, but
I gotta see a full playthrough from beginning to end.
No, not everything.
100%. Before I think this.
I gotta have the confidence that I can beat the game before I play.
But see, this is the reason why y'all was hyped for Samurai Jack. Y'all wouldn't throw $60 at the fucking wall. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure that when my dollars go is to something I got a good bet on.
And what about the black dollar, Jarrell?
You heard me? You heard me?
Exactly. We just don't know. That's all I'm saying. Like, I just think you're right to have that level of expectation for a game that they're putting so much, hype into, but we still just don't know until the game actually comes out. Like, and they also got they're releasing something else. They released Edge Runners too. You know what I mean? They're trying to do the extra DLC, very similar to like a Lost Legacy or Miles Morales, like we talked about earlier. So it's a lot they're trying to do with it. So we just gotta hope that the game works. You know what I mean? Like you said, we gotta hope the game works, but we won't know till the game comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully so. We'll see in November. So let's keep going.
Tell you what, we will get a little bit of chance to do. All right, we got Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Right. We all know that remake was on the way, baby. All right, all my Hawk heads. You know what I'm saying?
Please don't ever do that. Ever. Jason, you gonna let this ride, bro?
Hey, stop talking to Jason. Stop talking to Jason.
He's not here.
I can't talk to Jason.
He's not here.
I can't talk to the producer.
Jason is at work right now, Jarrell. Okay, exactly. So Tony Hawk Pro Skater have been doing their remake. They're going to release them on PS4, Xbox One, PC. They are going to give us an actual demo before we start playing on August 14th. So everybody looking forward to it. We get a chance to play. It's also going to feature new skaters that have come to prominence in the generation since the games were popular. Nigel Houston is most known. That's the only guy I know for sure because I've seen him in a lot of stuff throughout the years. People like Leo Baker, all people. I don't know the skating community. All right, I don't skate like that, but I play the game, bro. And as long as I get who's the Kenny, as long as I get my nigga that had the braids, that's what I'm going back to.
You mean the one playable black character?
He was there before. He was there before. All right.
If I don't see no diversity in this demo, I ain't playing shit.
Girl, why don't you
better have a black Puerto Rican? I need some diversity. You better look like Netflix in that motherfucker.
Oh well, no. The skating community is nowadays. The skating community is very colorful. Like especially, and it's
I'm just hoping it reflects it. I just hope it reflects it.
And so we'll get the game on August 14th, man. I'm pretty excited.
So you excited to play the demo of a game you played already?
It's a remake.
That remake.
It's a
You were
remake.
excited about the Final Fantasy VII remake?
The reason that I'm excited for the Final Fantasy VII remake is because they were making movie cutscenes of things that they only put through text back in the 90s.
Interesting.
So that's the reason why, like, if you played that game, it's like, oh shit, like the way they imagined it is different than what I had in my head when I was reading and scrolling.
And you don't think they do that in Tony Hawk?
The fuck? What is the story of Tony Hawk games?
Had story.
What is the fuck? You just collect letters, do a kickflip, and then you're done. You go to bed.
You play 2K,
you
right?
Go to
you
bed.
play 2K, right?
2K, you can do a career mode.
That is what Tony Hawk is.
We're not getting into the same conversation.
That is it. That's exactly what you like about 2K is what Tony Hawk is. You build a career as a skater from the ground up.
No.
That is what you do. Yes.
Tony Hawk and 2K is not on the same level, dude. Get the fuck
So
out
what
of
do you
here.
mean, Tony
Right,
Hawk?
Tony Hawk's better.
Tony Hawk.
See, not Jason upset. Why would you say that?
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Leave Jason alone, man. Stop it. You go.
I'm
man.
just saying it's not on the same level.
It is, man.
It's not.
It is. It
then
is.
why did they take a big gap of a break and 2K been winning consistently that entire
It's
time?
not a competition. These are two different
Yes, it is
genres.
a
Yes,
competition.
they
It's
are.
all
They are two
sports.
different genres of games.
It's all
Yes,
sports.
exactly.
It's
Why-
two different sports. Like
You
you,
know
don't
what
see
I mean?
2K going against
Madden.
NFL, Madden, right?
Yeah, they
You know
don't
what I'm
compete with
excited
Madden.
for? Skate 4. That's what I like. I don't know. what
Okay,
you-
well, that's more of a argument against Tony Hawk. Like, you can't use the argument of 2K against Tony Hawk. You know what
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
because 2K is better. But I'm
It's
saying
not-
Skate
Oh my
4,
God.
Skate 4 is something that
Yeah.
I would advise any of the J-Hive to go
Right.
and purchase
And that's the
rather
story.
than
What's the
rather-
story of Skate 4, Jarrell? Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and
It's
light me on
different
the
for
story.
each one.
Go
It's
ahead,
different for
enlighten me,
each one.
It's basically
It's a choose your own
choose your own
adventure.
adventure, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
but
You
when it
kind of
comes-
start at the bottom
but
of
when
the
it comes
skating
to-
community and you rise to it, if I'm not mistaken. On all
Yeah,
of
but when
them.
you break down Tony Hawk
Okay,
game, all it
just wanna
is
make sure
just
that's-
simple missions.
Wonder where they got that from, James. Wonder where they got that
Well,
from.
they did it better. They did it better. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to step on Tony Hawk. I'm sorry about that, guys.
What if Tony Hawk was in Skate 4? You ever think about that? You never even know,
Hey,
man.
look, man. If you can't beat them, join them. So I definitely would advise
That
Tony
game,
Hawk to
yes.
make that move to Skate 4.
Yes.
But that whole like bandwagon thing of just saying Tony Hawk, it's all
It's not a
nostalgia.
bandwagon. Tony
and
Hawk
when
Pro
I-
Skater, that franchise drove a culture and took the gaming
You know what drove
community.
a culture?
No,
The X
it
Games.
took- yes,
The X Games
It partnered
made a
with the
culture.
X Games. It was the first video game to partner with the X Games. It took the skating culture and made it international, bro. You know what I mean? It made it fucking people all over the world skate now, and they accredit it to what Tony Hawk meant to that industry and what Tony Hawk Pro Skater
And
meant
that's
to that
beautiful.
industry, bro.
And
Exactly.
look, Tony Hawk
Yeah.
is a great athlete. I put skating just in that whole realm of sports. But we talking about video games, guys.
Yes.
You got to separate the art from the person when
Yes.
it comes to the video
The
game.
game is just
And-
as iconic as the person. Yes, it is.
Look, just because
Right.
you told your mom to buy it at Blockbuster doesn't make it a
Where'd you
greatest
tell your
games
mom to
of
buy 2K, nigga?
No, my mom bought Pokemon Silver like a regular
That's what I'm
motherfucker.
saying. I had that
Pokemon
too. All right,
Stadium.
that's what I'm saying. So what,
I
man?
never-
You were spending your mom's money as a kid too. All right, no, you can't say
I'm
that.
just saying when it comes
Exactly.
when it comes down to there, and we y'all always come at me over the Tony Hawk shit, and I just say, hey,
Oh, actually,
I
no,
just
you,
want.
you attacked us. On
Right, yeah.
I don't
you-
take y'all on
you
it.
did
I don't
attack
take
it
it.
doesn't stack up. And I mean,
I know.
Yes.
All I'm saying is that when it comes to Tony Hawk, I look at it for a game. What is good about this game? What is
I
bad
would like
about
to
this
quote,
game?
I would like to quote
And
one
I'll
of our
just put it out
fans
there.
here. Sam Lounsby said, Jarrell is getting paid under the table by Skate 4. You know what? I'm starting to think that too, man.
Right.
It's like, kickbacks. This was happening.
I'm
Kickbacks for kick flips. That's what Jarrell is saying.
Donations.
Donation. Well, yeah. So that game is coming out, man. But that's perfect that we were talking about money, and unless just to wrap up that whole topic, man, because there are those of you who are looking to make money during the virus and everything. There have been some interesting things that have come out. First, most notably in the gaming community, PlayStation is offering $50,000 to fans that can discover bugs in the PS4.
Say that one more time.
Yes, they are offering $50,000. All right, here what it says is that bugs have always been a reality in the game industry, and it's not always easy or cost effective for the companies to track them down. So they're offering a way for gamers to help them. All right, they established HackerOne bounty program. You can get it if you're in the PS network and PS4. But basically, you can nab $100, $400, $1,000, or $3,000 for low, medium, high, and critical tier bugs that you find in the system.
So if I got a PS4 at the crib and I find a bug in the PS4. There's something wrong with my system, and I tell PlayStation they're gonna pay me for it.
Depending on how critical that bug is to the system, they'll depend how much money they give you. And if you find something real serious, they can pay you up to $50,000.
Oh, they got to make the decision. Nah, man, I'll be arguing. I'm like, yo, this is a big ass bug, bro.
This nigga said it with a roach in it. Be like, I found the bug. Pay me.
Y'all see the bug in the motherfucker?
You seen it, right?
Dollar roach.
Dollar
That's $50,000, right?
Yeah, you can do that, man. Yeah, so you're gonna have people all over the world like literally looking for bugs, and Sony is the first one to do that. Nintendo is gonna partner with them pretty soon. And
these companies must not be making money if they just like, hey, let's just let the
people. We mean must not be making. They must have extra money, bro. Like if they.
I mean, it probably costs more to have them staffed at PlayStation to continuously find these bugs as opposed to just having a random person tell you about it.
Yeah.
So then they just basically saying all this shit that y'all get mad at me about when we buy the systems, we gonna put it on y'all. The quicker y'all find the bugs, is the better the system is gonna be.
Right.
So they put it in the people's hands, which is
it doesn't.
crazy.
Well, that means, to make it a money thing, that means PlayStation has more money than you think. You take out an entire stream a cost, you know what I'm saying? Because instead of paying somebody, which is kind of fucked up if you think about it, instead of paying a person a wage to have that job, you're outsourcing it now to just all these people.
To people that just buy the game, which is like, it's not our job. Like, I think honestly, like the way and I tried to go into this on the last podcast, like how PlayStation is operating from the fact of just not acknowledging Black Lives Matter and just giving us a Miles Morales cutscene to make us go crazy.
They did acknowledge. They did acknowledge.
It is a game. It is a standalone game.
It's a company. We don't have to go back. We don't have to go back into it. That's just how I feel. And then just actually giving us a console and being like, hey, yeah, we just made a console. Y'all find the bugs and shit like that.
It's lazy. Got an Xbox at home. I know he does. It's lazy. He got an Xbox at home.
No, I mean Xbox can get the smoke too, though.
If you don't want to make money that way, Jarrell, you can do something else. All right, you can really give back to. You can give back to not only the community. You can give back to the future. All right, you can help progress us as a society to reach new heights. All right, through NASA. All right, yes, NASA.
All things through NASA.
The space program is offering $20,000 to anyone on the planet who can design a toilet that is better for their astronauts than the one they have right now. All right. Apparently, the latrine or waste services that they've used on these spaceships have not been upgraded to keep up with the times, and they can't find the proper.
Is the world broke?
This is where we are. NASA. Yes.
It's the world. PlayStation like, you find the bugs. NASA like, hey, just find some for us to shit in.
Help us.
Hey, they finessing for real. Because like, if they actually hired somebody to do it, they be paying them top dollars to damn near not do anything.
Yeah, that's like a 6-figure job, man. That's an engineer's job, bro. Yeah.
I thought that'd be one of the things that'd be easy for them to solve. They like. If they got to outsource, they on Craigslist like, hey, NASA looking for a toilet, man.
That's right, though. Why is it that when the world about to end, we all grab toilet paper first, right? So you don't think if you go into space, you're going to have to shit? Does that not ever come up in your minds?
It did. And I know, like, they're starting to work on commercial space travel, and I'm like, shit, I'm trying to get on the ship.
That's what I'm saying. You think how long is it take to get up to space? You're going to need the shit, dude. Exactly. Yeah. You're going to offer.
And I need it to be effective. I can't be having that where all the doo-doo specs are floating around and whatnot.
You think $20,000 is enough money for them to
20? No. This is the future, all right? This is the 5G of doo-doo. Like,
it's ridiculous.
The 5G. It's a 5G doo-doo, baby. Yeah, exactly. What would you ask for if they asked you to pay? What would you ask for?
Man, that's $100,000 plus residuals.
Oh,
because there's gonna be a lot of space travel. There's gonna be a lot of toilets made.
That's that Shark Tank shit right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, man. I want 10% for every shit taken in this toilet, baby. All right, you know it's gonna be wild. And if it's corn in it, 15%. Right? Yeah, you got to work out a deal like that, baby. Don't just take that payoff, y'all. All right, don't let this government finesse you. All right, so NASA is doing some other good stuff, though. I don't want to just harp on them for the toilets and everything. Because we have to big up them for naming their main headquarters after Mary Jackson, the very first female and African-American engineer, both at the same time, that worked in NASA in 1958. They named their main wing after her. Unfortunately, she passed back in 2005, so, hey, I mean, she ain't going to get to see it. But, they, like everything else, they've taken steps to, give back to the community that, help build them from the ground up. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can see other like officials in government spaces and things like that really take that in mind.
Hopefully all corporations, figure out a way to do that shit. You know what I mean? Like as much as y'all get mad at me for the PlayStation thing, and I keep reiterating it. It's very important to uncover these corporations because for somebody working there at
Jarrell
night,
don't have a soldier game at home, boy. I'm telling you.
No,
Black
man, it's
owned,
crazy.
baby.
The fact that she never got to see her accolades is just upsetting.
I mean, you can say
but
that's a lot of historical black figures, man. They never got to see them accolades, bro.
You know what I mean? So it's just like definitely like every corporations. You know what I mean? We got to make sure everything's diverse. We got to make sure everything is.
Well, what if they weren't looking for the accolades and they were just trying to make that check? They were like, they found something that they love.
But you talk about Earth 2, and I'm talking about Earth.
It's not Earth 2. Like, when you do what you do, you don't sit there and be like, man, I'm going to be famous. There's going to be statues of me. People are going to praise my name anytime it's brought up.
If you do something
they're going to make a biopic about me. Like, no. Like, you don't go into it expecting it. You do it because you love it.
Yeah, but in the midst of that, though, you got to think about the times they were in, though, where she's doing these things. She's basically, one of the foundational pieces of getting us to space first, to get us to walk on the moon first, to be able to say that, you know what I mean?
And
but,
who you grew up looking at, fucking whoever, people, the astronauts, stuff like that. But it's people who got them to that
but
point.
they don't talk about that, you know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. It's like, I
don't think anybody in 1950s like I don't want to be credited for nothing, my God. Like,
They credit, but
like, I don't think niggas walk around.
She may not have done it for that, but I mean, could you say it's possible that she maybe saw what NASA is and what the space program became and how they really did not give black people that kind of credit for maybe her whole life?
And that's why she took her job as serious as she did, because she knew like nobody else was doing it. She's the first. So little black girls are going to see her and do it. But she didn't think like they were going to put a statue up of her.
Well, yeah.
She should get a statue. All these statues, it's some statues we could tear down and put up some
statues that need to go up. For real. I'm with you.
Statues that need to go up.
I think that's that black Beethoven statue. Yes. I need it up, baby. All right, yes.
Beethoven is ours. All right, let's continue.
Yeah, so switching over to the entertainment industry before we get out of the news. We have a new versus battle that will be coming to Instagram, guys. Yes, the next two rappers that will be stepping in. It's funny, this man got challenged by Bow Wow not too long ago. Fabulous. He decided that he may not be qualified to take on the voice of a generation. So he settled.
He be subbing me like you see how he be subbing me over
I just
Bow Wow,
It's Bow Wow. I sub Bow Wow for sure.
But Bow Wow would be Fabulous.
Yeah.
Hit wise.
Can you say that one more time in the mic? Because
we already talked about this on the I agree.
No, Ty disagreed with me, and he need to say it with his chest. He need to say it with his chest,
Oh,
bro.
you walked into this
James,
one, Ty. I can't even.
Jason, you hear me?
I can't even. Stop talking to Jason.
Right? Back when we first brought it up, I said yes, because looking at their catalogs, people know more and like more Bow Wow hits than they do Fabulous hits.
Thank you, Tyrese.
This shows that he don't listen to shit I say.
This is true. He don't listen at all.
No, because you be looking at Dwayne every time I ask a question, and you don't never say. And plus, you don't never say it with your chest. You know what I mean? You gotta stand up for what you believe in, Ty. If you believe in Bow Wow, just say you do.
I gotta say, it's really cool that they're going easy on Bow Wow this time. All the rappers, they
look, it's black
versus.
people. You know what I mean? There's a lot we got going on.
And Bow Wow gave a lot to the community. He gave y'all Scream tours. He gave y'all the freshest throwbacks.
Now see, don't make we trying to ride with you.
Respect that nigga Bow Wow. But no, we talk about Jada versus Fab.
Yeah, Fabulous told Jadakiss. Yeah, Jadakiss is gonna be his. I knocked this thing over. Jadakiss is gonna be the person that he goes up against. So. So they're gonna trade off tracks. Fabulous gave us tracks like "Into You," "Can't Let You Go." You know what I mean?
Breathe.
"Breathe" would probably be his best track in my opinion.
And he got a lot of. And the thing is, what people are talking about is is the mixtapes going to be played?
Oh, now you're talking mixtapes. Before you was talking it was all hits. Now you're like, oh, will you bring in the mixtapes? Will you bring up the beat cuts?
Because Jada and Fab has a lot of classics that never got to mainstream. Like Fabulous, for people that don't know who the Fabulous rapper is, they only associate him with the girl records he put out because that's the only thing that went to mainstream. There was a lot of records that Jada and Fab did that was underground with popular fucking mixtapes.
Yeah.
And people people know them more for the mixtapes, than they do for the mainstrim hits.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to use translate. That. They probably use that. Like these battles are always like 2 hours, right? They like 2-hour battles.
But it's also but Swiss has a deal with Versus that streams on because you watched the John Legend and the Alicia Keys one. It was on the IG, but also it was streaming live on Apple Music. They only had like 150 people watching on Instagram because the resolution on Apple Music was so fucking clear. Yeah. The audio was great. So if they are translating to Apple Music,
that might answer your question. They might not be able to do it. They might have to stick to the hits.
I mean, well, Lil Wayne is getting off with his radio show, and he's doing a lot of mixtape joints too on there.
Yeah.
If you listen
Yeah,
to it.
oh my God, that shit is amazing.
It's great. So it's like maybe they'll be able to, get that off. But I honestly think Fabulous is going to win. I know my homie Brian was hitting me up saying Jada got the hit, so I got money riding on Fab. How you guys feeling?
Only
Both New York
Jadakiss-
niggas, man. It's hard for me to pick. It's hard for me to pick.
Only
bro.
Jadakiss fans pick Jadakiss. Like, I recognize the bars, but Fabulous got more hits, even with the underground stuff or the features that he got with other rappers. Like, that's all Fabulous got.
I think I don't know. It's they styles are different to me because Jadakiss is that hard. He's a harder rapper, and Fabulous does have
They
hard
both have
shit.
the same. They got like girl records too, because like
Yeah. Fabulous has got "You Make Me Wanna" with Mariah Carey. He's got
he got "We Belong Together"
Yeah,
remix
he
too.
did
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
got the same amount of girl record hits than Fab
Yeah.
do. Like they matchups. This is probably the most even matchup that we gonna see in his verses.
But with
battle.
different styles though. Fab, he's got that hard shit, but his flow is smooth. You know what I mean? It's smooth, nigga. You know what I mean? Versus Jadakiss was like, I'm hard from the streets, and I'm, you know what I mean? I'm bald, and nobody thinks I'm cute. You know what I'm saying? Fab, you know what I'm saying?
Why you barring up Jadakiss like that?
Hey, you know what we all know what Jadakiss look like. Though.
A
You know he
Ninja
look like
Turtle.
he look like a thumb.
Hey, money change everything.
Exactly.
Like a
But who
Ninja
you think?
Turtle.
So who you think gonna win though?
Oh man, I was talking this with because I don't know. I want to say Jadakiss too, but then when I think about Fab's flow, I think it resonated with me more growing up. But they both New York niggas, man. So
But we
it's
also
hard to, like,
millennials too, so I
Yeah.
think Fabulous. I mean, Fabulous for us was one of the OGs, and I think
Yeah.
in the '90s, Jadakiss was at his like I wouldn't say peak, but I mean he was definitely out there a little bit more. So I
Yeah,
think if
he is
you
a
was
little older than Fab,
if you was
yeah.
outside in the '90s, I think you're gonna go more for Jadakiss. If you like millennials like us, we know Fabulous from all the hits that he gave us. You know, if you grew up watching Rap City while getting your haircut, like Fabulous was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he wasn't getting his haircut, nigga.
Why you had your 3X white tee on and shit? Fabulous was
man,
there.
that tee used to come down to his ankles, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So that was, you had the throwbacks on you. You wanted to have throwbacks like Fab. So
Yeah.
I think more millennials are gonna go towards Fabulous, but it'd be interesting battle to watch because hit for hit, there's a response for each one.
I feel like Fab is the one that had niggas wearing jerseys like that. For real. True. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Fab had it because his shit used to be clean as hell, bro.
He was one of
Yeah.
the original, like, fresh-ass rappers.
Yeah, so I like that. So that's what's happening. The battle will be coming to us 8 p.m. on Monday Eastern Standard Time. So look out for that on Monday, y'all, if you want to see that battle. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fab versus Jada, live on Instagram, and they sponsored by Apple Music and Ciroc, baby.
Oh, Diddy?
Ciroc.
Diddy?
Yeah,
Ciroc,
you know,
Ciroc.
Diddy always up in there, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Take that.
All right, is that all the news? Or we got
We
something else?
got 2 more pieces, and then we're done with the news. In the entertainment industry, also, Tiana Taylor says she just released the album not so long ago. You were telling us about that.
Phenomenal album.
Yes. So she was on. She was interviewing, talking about with Nick Cannon, just kind of talking about the recent album and what's happened. And she let out that she will not be giving birth to her baby at a hospital. She will be doing it at home, which is to be safe. But the person delivering that baby will be Erykah Badu.
I agree with it. If it's not one person I trust more, it's Erykah Badu.
That's true. I mean, if she, if she just floats in, if she tells me not to go see a doctor, I ain't gonna go see one.
Man, if I ever have a kid and my wife be like, Drew, I'm about to have the baby, and Erykah Badu come in, I'll be like, look, that's God. That's God. Erykah Badu gonna light some incense, there's gonna be some candles.
Yeah, she gonna bless your child, man.
I'm upset everybody having a baby with Erykah Badu but me.
She gonna give birth to her while singing Apple Tree. Just
Think about how beautiful it would be. She's lighting the candles, she got the incense and shit like that. You hear on and on.
Baby will cry, but you can't use my phone.
Like it'll be an amazing thing to see. I think, and plus Tiana Taylor, you gotta go ahead and
She
stream
look
it.
at the baby like, hello, hey, while it's peeking out the.
It'd be amazing.
Oh man,
But I think it'd be a beautiful thing just because I mean, Erykah Badu is somebody that's trust. She's like hip hop's mom.
Erykah, you need to start a little business. Erykah, start a little midwife
Yeah,
business,
I mean,
baby. You know what I'm saying?
and
I've
plus
had
it-
my baby, but
And plus, they
my
must
baby
have
too.
like a close relationship because like nobody's
Yeah.
just gonna openly do that with somebody that you don't.
No, yeah,
know.
no, they've been friends for years. It's not like Erykah like knocked on her door, which is completely possible. Erykah Badu is she's a wizard, but she doesn't just knock on her door and say I want to deliver your baby. They've been friends for years. Erykah's been getting her through this last stage of her pregnancy, and she said that they felt like it would be best for her to be home. Iman will be there too. They're with their family, and Erica. And Erica's actually a licensed midwife too. She actually does this like on her own.
No,
too.
she's licensed too, so it's like,
So I mean,
is there anything Erykah Badu can't do?
This is true. This is true, man. Exactly. I mean, she changed Andre 3000. She can do anything.
She changed everybody.
She changed everybody, man.
She got something going on.
Then the last thing I was gonna say, which is just some regular news. There's a lot of people out there still waiting on stimulus checks and shit like that. Some people found out today, it's just breaking news, that the government actually sent over $1 billion worth of stimulus checks just to dead people. Yeah, they said. So some of y'all still at home waiting on your money. Meanwhile, your grandfather probably got a check sitting on his grave. So
Two of them.
I'll be at a currency exchange like, my name is Frank.
Yo, for real, I'm like, I'm sorry, I wasn't, and I really wasn't gonna talk about it, but I started just reading the article and seeing what they were saying. You know what I mean? These officials felt like they legally couldn't keep it from people. I guess, you can justify that one way or another. You know what I'm saying? They said they legally couldn't send that to people. So there are over 1 million individual checks that went out to dead people, you know what I mean? Not to their families, to them. So it could be last known address. It could be last known place of, where they were before they died from at any point. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know who's getting that money. You know what I'm saying? And then meanwhile, like I said, that's what made me kind of get a little passionate about bringing it up. It's like it's still people that are waiting on them. It's people that I know that are still waiting on that check, bro. They have not gotten it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the government, and then, it's only $1,200. We're still in the midst of what's going on. You got $1 billion just out there, you know what I mean, just floating in the wind.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I mean, I definitely agree with you. I know people too that haven't got their checks yet. I think the response to it is probably a little bit quicker. So whoever's doing the checks probably didn't take the time out to look at who was alive and stuff like that.
I think because
but that's what you're supposed to do. It's the IRS, bro. Like, that's what they're supposed to do.
But also based off who,
I never seen the IRS make a mistake.
That's what I'm saying. They know when it's it's time. April 14th. They looking for you. But
I think it was automated, so it's like based off somebody who filed last year, and I'm pretty sure like a couple of people that filed this year probably died the next day.
Oh well, yeah,
just waiting for their 1,200. So like.
Yeah, also, because with the cases that came out, there's a lot of people, too, that probably got the stimulus check but got the Rona and then died.
All your memas, you might as well, like, just talk to them and let you keep it. Because, like, I'm grieving over my grandmama. I need her 1,200.
I learned so much about Ty on this podcast. It's like, is there anything?
You really see where his heart is.
Somebody hurt this nigga. All right, what we got next?
Might need to move that trauma over to Ty, baby. That was my last piece of news. That's everything going on, gaming community.
All right.
That money, man. Please look out for that check, man, and stay safe out there still, man. This shit is going crazy right now, bro. It's nuts.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, Dwayne, with the news, man. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have Thought of the Week. Ty, who is Thought of the Week?
Thought of the Week is some swole-ass cop who really had, he had something to get off his chest.
All right, so we're going to have that in a minute, and we're going to play some music and be back really, really soon.
Chain swing, let my chain swing.
Dripping, baby, dripping. What?
You don't need to hit your rap.
Dripping, baby, dripping. What? Dripping, baby, dripping. What?
Never rap like that in your entire life, please.
Dripping, baby, dripping. What?
All right, so we back, man. We got Thought of the Week with Ty. For people that don't know, probably first time listening to this or watching this on the live stream, real quick, please go to Hood Nerd Network on Facebook, become a member, join in on the discussion. But Thought of the Week is just somebody who made a mistake, did something dumb, and we just want to take some time out to explain why they did something dumb. Now, Ty, do you want to set up? I know we got a video that we about to play too if you're watching on the live stream, but can you set it up?
Well, apparently a cop challenges anti-cop protesters to a fight, and he has some results afterwards. We're going to check out the video right now.
Yeah, it's like a boxer, dude. Do you know where he's like from?
He's a cop.
He's a cop.
Oh, he's a cop.
He's a swole-ass cop.
You want to read this right here?
Yeah,
I'll read this right here because this will give you everything you need.
A man claiming to be a cop, peace officer, fitness trainer.
Why did I say claim?
Yeah.
He didn't have his badge. He was wearing his workout outfit, so he wanted to look all extra swole. So it's like a man who claims to be a cop, peace officer, fitness trainer, posted a video on TikTok under the name Dark Son of Krypton.
Ew.
Calling out the George Floyd protesters and challenging them to a fight.
All right, let's try to look at the video and see what they got for it.
Video's not loading.
Well, basically, from what we've seen in pre-production, is that he was challenging the protesters who wanted to engage in a fight with the cops. Am I right?
Yeah, the video shows him standing obviously in the gym. He's got his workout clothes, cut off sleeve, all swole. And he's standing there. The words he says are, I've noticed that there are a lot of protesters challenging cops, saying they want to fight a cop. Is what he says. So then he goes, all right, I would like to see who would do that. How many of you would really do that? Let's do this. He says, let's set up a policy. Let's set up a way where I sign a waiver as a cop, you sign a waiver as a protester, and then we really fight. He goes, how many of you would do that?
Who thinks of just saying that?
He leans into the camera. A cop, yeah, exactly. He leans into the camera. He says, how many of you would really do that? How many of you would actually, step into the ring?
Did anybody respond?
Well,
a lot of them.
Yes. He sent out a response video. It wasn't even, was it the night? Yeah, it was 2 days later. He sends out a response video. And in the response video, he's got a whole different music, different vibe. He pulled his sleeves down on his shirt. He's talking about how, look, when I put that challenge out, I didn't challenge black people. I didn't challenge Antifa. I didn't challenge
big backpedal.
All that. Yeah.
Man.
He said, if you want to fight me, he says, if you want to fight me, you have to have an issue with me, not something that I said. Don't be so sensitive to what I said.
People say some stupid shit online and then backpedal.
He backed all the way because apparently he was getting hit up by professional athletes. He was getting hit up by MMA fighters.
Is that why Mike Tyson was training?
Mike Tyson sent him that video. He was like, here, check this out.
Yeah, and you find out, and then he gonna put a post talking about how he's only 5'7", but you know what I mean. But if you really want to come fight a guy who's 5'7", then go ahead. But if not, hey. We didn't know you was 5'7" in that first video,
so
man.
Not only is he a cop, but he's a short cop. That's crazy.
Dude is small, bro.
Shaped like a hammer.
This dude built like Jadakiss, if you think about it.
All these Jadakiss subs. Well, okay, so how do you feel about it, Ty? Break it down for us. I think we know why it was stupid. You know what I mean? For somebody that because it completely ignores everything about the protest. It ignores everything about, these unjust killings and stuff like that. And he just made it about himself. And that's why I feel he's started the week. I don't know if you agree with that.
He started the week because he wanted to be a meathead. He a meathead, and he wanted to be more of a meathead. Not only you a cop, but you short, and you want to be fitness trainer.
People you got?
Hey, he got a short man complex, a short cop complex.
He's trying to be tough. He's literally look at the camera angle in the first video.
It made him look tall.
Yeah, it's built up. You know what I'm saying? He's standing there swole. He's got this I want to be bigger. You know what I mean? I'm a tough guy. That's the whole attitude he had in that first video.
Yeah. Exactly. He put out a challenge. I think he was doing a subliminal. He saw a video from somebody that he didn't like, that he probably roughed up because he a cop and he does stupid shit like that. So he's like, hey, if you want to fight, we can sign a waiver and we can throw them hands, because probably the person they was cussing out was smaller than them. So he's like, oh, I could beat up this guy, but now you don't understand. Everybody want to beat a cop ass, and you want to be that cop.
You just want to stand out there and be like, I go first. You know what I mean? Right. And a black dude at that, dude. You want to do all of that shit. Act like you tough and shit like that, and then real niggas rolled up on you, bro, like that.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't got no love for somebody on the internet that just
that pullback was that. He changed the music too. In the first music, he had "I Go Hard in the Paint" by Waka Flocka. You literally hear the amp up
like Flocka for that type of shit.
Yeah, and then the second one is some low key, lo-fi, ooh baby, just come on down. Nigga, you got exposed, motherfucker. That is what happened to this dude.
All right, you got anything to add on the time?
Hey, don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Nah. All right.
Because niggas is ready to pull up, dog. It's hot, boy. Summer, baby. We rolled up on you, boy.
Bling, bling.
Okay, Party City is sponsored by these two folks.
And that is why he is Thought of the Week.
All right, man. So thank you so much for the Thought of the Week, Ty. We're going to take another break, the last break. When we do come back, I'm going to get into some questions people have been sending from the Hood Nerd Network page. So there's going to be some questions people sent to us. It's just a couple, just about some things that's going on with the podcast. Dwayne will read them. And also, we're going to get into DC. So, James, take us out, and we'll be back in a second.
Oh, my gosh. What is this? This says Jarrell. Are these both your questions?
These is not
He put his real name there.
All right. So we are back. So we're going to get into some questions real quick. People have been sending on the Hood Nerd Network. Some that agrees with me, some that doesn't agree with me. And there's also questions to everybody that's in the room. So Dwayne, try to find just some questions that.
All right. Well, this person comes from an honest. Well, because the first, we have a few responses in here. All right. So it's what you have. First of all, just so you know, most of the things people ask about is Jarrell. So it's not just us. We're not making this up. 40% of our questions are directly related to Jarrell for some reason. I don't know why. Y'all feel how y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? We just be in here talking. One of them said, "Why did Jarrell vehemently hate everything popular or not on the cliff of pop culture? No one remembers a weekly top 10 from BET when Bow Wow was on top of the world for 8 seconds." Now, you could say that one was written by me, but it was not. I don't know who wrote that at all. But they really, hey, look, these are the people who read it. Right? I know, right? I'm watching every week, Jarrell be talking about all this stuff. I don't even know. Someone else said anything Ty Dolla $ign touches is gold. How do y'all feel?
Well, let me get to the first thing first, because I'm not gonna let that roll over. See, I ain't trying to put that. Jason, you saw that shit, bro? He tried to put that.
Stop talking to Jason. Why
can't I talk to Jason?
What are you talking? A second. Nobody talks to Jason.
Nobody can't even see him.
Nobody talks to Jason. Nobody.
All right, but this is my thing. When it comes to like, it's not like I hate everything in pop culture. I just look at it under a guise of just everyday Joes. Like, you should know, like, if Tony Hawk comes out, I'm not going to go off of the hype of it. I'm going to discuss it as the game it is. And when I talk about Bow Wow, I'm not going to go off of the memes that people are programming people to think about Bow Wow. He is a legend. He's a rapper. And he has done things that people have not yet obtained. You know what I'm saying? Like, we give so much love to, to these new rappers. And it's just like, yo, Bow been consistently holding it down. So if you are messaging the Hood Nerd Network as far as for me and saying I hate everything pop culture, I don't hate everything pop culture. I'm just looking at it under a regular lens.
Unless it's Jay-Z or One Piece.
Yes. And with a Jay-Z, I mean, we're not gonna get into the Jay-Z discussion, but you can't really say Jay-Z is not the greatest. He's everything that you criticize him for, he goes in and tackles it. So it's,
I mean, that sounds like your opinion, your take.
It's not an opinion.
You can't tackle being old.
I feel like
See, but you like listening to young rappers. That's your thing. You like young rappers. That's your perception. You like, look, are they young? Are they talking about money? Are they talking about all the things that I thought about when I was 19?
Future is in his mid-30s.
Jarrell, I have to say,
but he also got 9 baby mamas. So you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm looking at Jay-Z, because that's a guy.
T.I. has 10. Wayne has 10.
And that's
who else got like 15?
And
kids?
you see why they not on the level of Jay-Z. They gotta make
because Jay-Z only got 4. Like, doesn't Jay-Z got 4 kids?
Right, because nobody want to be. Because nobody always want to be Jay-Z. Like you.
When did kids get involved in your rap career now? What is happening with this Jay-Z logic?
Diddy got 100.
I was gonna say Diddy should be on top of all these niggas with all the kids he got, bro.
All I'm saying is that when it comes to Jay-Z, that is a great blueprint to how you age in hip hop. I can't see myself being 45 and just my playlist is just entirely 19-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see myself being that old just listening to that young music, because it's just like I've lived that life. So when you was
he assumes I only listen to like 19-year-old
that's what he do. Yo, anybody that's watching this podcast, ask Ty about artists. Only thing, everybody is under 24. You know what I'm saying?
Future.
Oh yeah, Future old as hell.
Chief Keef been rapping for what, 10, 12
Chief
years?
Chief Keef is 22 years old. It's just that he lived a life.
He's older than 22.
Yeah,
I think.
Look up 26, 27.
He's not 26.
You and Chief Keef, I think, is the same age.
No, he's not. Chief Keef is like literally under 25.
Chief Keef is 24 exactly.
Yeah.
So he's not 22.
He's been rapping for 10 years though. That just he aged in the game. Fuck it. There's longevity, nigga.
I'm just saying, but when it comes to that question, guys, is literally I look at it under a lens.
You have but it's your lens though, Jarrell. That is the message.
And nobody
your lens is your lens, and I think you feel like you're the only one that has come out of the Matrix for some reason. So it's like because it's like if it's popular, if it doesn't fit your thing, then
now
it's not the right thing.
Now you saying your opinion.
Yeah.
You're saying your opinion.
I'm saying my opinion of you, not my opinion of subjects, Jarrell. That's my opinion, and I think.
I mean, I understand you have opinions.
Hey, it is. But
continue to the next question.
It is what it is. What people are saying is Bow Wow was only famous for 8 seconds, man. You gotta let it go, bro. All right, Shad is out of here.
We appreciate him for what he's done for hip hop and the culture. We really don't care no more.
Yes. Let me ask you this: anything Ty Dolla $ign touches is gold. This is just a statement. Take him out of any song that he features on, and the song is garbage. That's what this person said.
Yeah, I mean Ty Dolla $ign is great. I mean he's on every feature. I mean I do want to see like a album from him that's really good. But I think and he writes a lot of songs for people too. So it's like you can't really stop Ty Dolla.
I mean I don't honestly I just don't be sweating him like that. But Ty Dolla $ign is good.
He's all right. Yeah, I liked him better when he was a rapper, but he's cool now.
Really, I don't like his rapping at all.
Now his rapping is trash. But when he was a rapper,
when he grew up,
singing,
when he grew up.
Who grows up to sing?
Like, what, little Ty Dolla $ign? Where was you watching him grow up?
He's like, man, this rapping shit ain't for me, man. I need to harmonize. Like,
ain't that what T-Pain did?
Everybody did.
T-Pain still
ain't
rap,
that what
though.
Kanye did?
No, T-Pain did both.
Ain't that what Kanye did?
Kanye saw T-Pain do it and he wanted
T-Pain
to.
was the originator
Isn't that what Lil Uzi do? Like, there's a generation. Isn't that what Drake do? Like, there's T-Pain birthed the whole generation of these singing ass rappers, and that's fine. We blending R&B and hip hop and making it into a new type of sound wave.
Who did Bow Wow birth though, Jarrell? That's what the people want to know. All right.
All the young rappers. Young rappers had a blueprint.
It was a wave.
You think Lil Wayne wasn't looking up at Bow Wow like, damn? You know what I'm saying?
Lil Wayne is older than Bow Wow.
He looking down at him like, oh, who this?
Lil Wayne was,
and he was a hot boy. They had already went double platinum when he was a hot boy. That was the same time Bow Wow.
But did he have his own album? He was part of.
Yeah, the Block is Hot came out what year?
Block is Hot came out.
I think it's like 99.
Yeah, Block is Hot came out 99. So that was his first solo project. So Bow Wow was what? Bow Wow was 98, 99, 2000. So they were doing it at the same time.
So Bow was already 2 albums in at that time.
Oh, and so Wayne was like, I need to be another Bow Wow, or did Baby take him out of Hot Boys?
See, this is the argument that we always run into. Y'all just don't
and you know,
want
a wise man once told me, Jarrell, that it's all about
if y'all don't want to give black rappers credit for what they do, then y'all just gonna have to sit there and know y'all some haters.
They both black.
Bar for bar.
See how you stutter? He's like, I do
both
hate
black.
Bar for bar. Who?
Would you watch a verse battle with Bow Wow with Wayne though?
Bow Wow versus Wayne? That's unfair because Wayne has more mixtapes. He has more mixtapes.
No, Wayne has more music.
Yeah, in general.
The only thing Wayne has over Bow Wow is an amazing mixtape collection.
Amazing catalog in general. Name one Bow Wow album that could beat a Wayne album, and you're gonna name a stupid Wayne album, and probably the only Bow Wow album.
But the thing is that he wasn't speaking to your. I mean, he was speaking to just the young generation.
Name a Bow Wow album that's better than a Wayne album.
That's better. Wayne. There's no good Wayne album. What's a good Wayne album?
Carter 3.
No,
Carter
it's
1,
good.
2,
It's
3.
good. It's good. We're not finna get this. We're not finna get this. We already had the discussion.
He can't even answer the question. He just had to switch it up.
Because Wayne would have to have a good album for them to get to jump into the discussion.
We have.
Don't you said Rebirth? I'm done with this conversation.
That Rebirth is better than anything Bow Wow ever dropped.
Yeah. Okay.
Carter 4. Carter 5.
He can't even think of Bow Wow album.
I mean, every Bow Wow album was solid. What are you talking about?
Beware
of the Dog. Yeah, Beware of the Dog is my favorite.
I think that's the only one he knows. It's all good, Jarrell. It's all right. We love you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all can hate.
The J-Hive is out here, all right?
Y'all can hate.
We will say we have 4 out of 5 people who say they are. Actually, one person just wrote J. So I don't know if that's J-Hive or just J. Please clarify that again.
Y'all can say whatever y'all want to, but if y'all come in Bow Wow legacy, that's y'all some haters, bro. I'm sorry. I'm down to you. I'm down to you, the Humble King hater, and you, the West Side hater, right here when it comes to Bow Wow.
Right, man.
But we can get into the main. We can get into the main discussion. The main discussion that we had, and I think James probably teased it with the caption, is that DC and Marvel are kind of at a standstill before the corona hit. Before, you know what I mean, Marvel was kicking it out with the movies, Endgame, all the TV shows that they have for the Marvel with
they had a lot on entertainment.
Yeah, they had a lot going on. Yeah. Then corona hit, and then we don't hear as much from Marvel. We don't hear as much. And then DC comes out, and then they make a move, whereas first they get Doom Patrol on HBO Max. The TV shows, they got The Flash, Supergirl. They have a whole DC world on CW. You know, they have Harley Quinn on the DC Universe. They're pumping out movies like crazy. And also DC is making comic book issues into podcast formats. And I'm looking at all of this, and I'm waiting for Marvel to do something for us, and we don't get anything. We don't get anything from Marvel, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at DC and I'm like, oh, fuck, they are making a move. This was the perfect time for DC to make their move to create the entire universe.
Well, yeah, they're making us forget about how shitty the movies were for sure, and I think that that's what's
they even sticking up for the Snyder Cut, and then if the Snyder Cut,
okay, this is my sentiment on that Snyder Cut, bro, because from what I understand, I know he backed out of it and stuff, but he had given them most of what he made. So what is really the big difference? I'm seeing these different pictures. I'm seeing like he's talking about, I had all these ideas, and now all of a sudden everyone is bigging it up like. We didn't get 2-3 movies out this nigga that were just kind of okay. Like what?
I'm looking at the comments and people are saying that Marvel is gonna have 4 new shows on Disney Plus. Yeah. That's great. I'm saying that's gonna be amazing, but they're trying to time it with the 4 shows and the movie with Doctor Strange. They're trying to make that go into the movie so you don't have any gap or wait time, just to make sure they make that residual money for when the theaters open back up. Now I'm saying that
held back, man. Corona's held them back. You can't film in person like you can anymore.
No, they're all filmed up. They're pretty much done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the TV shows, they could drop TV shows right now if they wanted to, but they wanted all the money that Marvel does is from you going to that theater, sitting down, and watching that movie.
Yeah, that's the bulk of what they make. Of course, that's
the bulk of what they make.
Yeah.
So while in the background, DC is like, hey. Nobody's reading comic books anymore. Everybody's watching podcasts. Let's put this in the podcast format, and then everybody and their mom knows, like, hey, Superman, okay, I can get into this storyline, and it's gonna make a bigger fan base in this gap time that Marvel is waiting. And I just think, honestly, I think when we look at 2021, I think it's going to be more DC fans than it's going to be Marvel because of that wait time that Marvel had.
Well, you got to. Well, I would say slow down on that. Just kind of you got to let it play out because DC has an advantage now with more streamable content that you can have to watch at home because you can't go to a movie theater. They can't film new movies and shit because Corona's happening and all that stuff. But Marvel built themselves up into the brand that they are, and they still have the Disney backing that has let them control the fucking superhero game for how long. It took them a while to build that, so I don't know if 1 year of DC having a little pop is going to take out Marvel. You know what I'm saying? They'll catch up.
I would agree with you, but also for people that wasn't a Marvel fan, for people that just like picked up,
and then movies are gonna come right out as soon as we can go back out. So you know what I mean?
Fair, but for the people that weren't a Marvel fan, people that was just like, hey, I just like this character, I like this character, I kind of want to see it. Endgame kind of ended. It felt like it ended. It felt like it. Anybody that knows comic books, or anybody, we know it continued. But for people that's not comic book fans, it felt like the story ended. So for them to pick back up the story needs a bigger rollout just so you can garner global awareness to it for people that's
Spider-Man was the first
next generation thing. They did that's what Far From Home was. They were setting us up for the next generation thing. That's why we got so upset when they said we weren't going to get no more Spider-Man because they ended it and set Spider-Man up to be that nigga for this next few years. And I guess nobody knew a virus was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I agree, but it also is trying to get. But it also is just like you put that movie out, boom, that's there. Mm-hmm. We can't even see any of the Venoms or the what's that, the Morbius that's coming out. Don't want to see Morbius. The new music.
Nobody trying to watch that, man. Nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see Tyrese. We tired of Tyrese.
But it all goes into the Spider-Man storyline. That's how they get you to go there because they're like, hey, we're gonna place the Falcon there, and that's continuity from the Spider-Man universe. So you have to see the movie at some level.
Yeah. Right? Well, I'll give you this. One of our fans just sent us this. Sam again. He's been watching just to give you a counter argument. This just came from him. He sent the upcoming stuff that Marvel was going to release. Now, from what I'm looking at, it's the same stuff they've been telling us. Winter Soldier is still late 2020. WandaVision, December, Loki, that type of stuff. So the Marvel stuff is coming. In light of that, you know what I mean? How much more? Let me ask you this: how much more do you feel DC needs to do to take that spot? Because I feel like when Marvel comes back. When Marvel makes it happen. They even got the What Ifs cast already. Michael B. Jordan is signed on as a What If. You're going to get that Killmonger story you might have been looking for. Like, when this stuff comes back, does DC still have a chance, man?
It's all up, to your point, it's up to how they capitalize in the moment. If they fail in this moment or they don't garner enough views, then yes, you will be right.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at here, like when you look at Harley Quinn, and how they place Harley Quinn out there and had an amazing storyline with that. When you look at like Doom Patrol Season 2 coming out on HBO Max, HBO this big streaming platform that's about to take over. Like they are placing themselves in the comic book world. And while Marvel isn't saying anything, so there's going to be more fans that's going to be interested in a lot of these storylines.
Well, that's mostly because they're just trying to catch up with Marvel. They've made a lot of bad mistakes. They started their own standalone streaming service when they could just join with one of the bigger ones, which I think is what they're doing with the rollout to HBO Max. Yeah. Exactly. They were like, okay, making our own was a mistake, so now we take all the content that we had built up already and add it to another streaming service that's more accessible to the people. Mm-hmm. So, you know,
because looking back on that Watchmen, and I have to admit something that I didn't give Watchmen the full chance that I should have last year.
That was amazing.
You know what I mean? And I've gone back and watched it, and to see how that has worked in with HBO. When HBO gets its hands on something, like they don't fuck around with it.
I mean, the script to Watchmen and how they kind of put it in that different world, it's just like amazing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? My thing is just the obstacles Marvel has to take, right? So the obstacles is that we don't have Captain America, we don't have Iron Man, we don't have a lot of.
No, we got stuff for this next generation. Marvel still has their.
But they have
foundation.
to make us like them, Dwayne, is my thing.
You don't like that? You don't like the Falcon? You don't like the Winter Soldier?
They never gave the Falcon an actual storyline. He always
that's what this is.
So the thing is that we have to make sure that, because we can't just automatically say, hey, that's going to be an amazing TV show, because we never seen a Marvel TV show at that level, right?
Right, but we can be excited for it.
We can and the excitement is mutual, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying the time they have to do to build up. We also got to make sure we got to see how we transition Spider-Man into whatever he's going to do next, because he's going to be the focal point.
Yeah.
Also, the things that's going on with Nick Fury, there's a lot of setup that they have to do like they did before. Like, think about it in the beginning, like they pumped out the Iron Man movies, and it was like a good 5 to 6 years before you got something that was really good.
I don't know if we're going to need that much this time. I disagree that we're going to need that much. They're
setting up the Secret Wars.
But this is what the reason I don't think we need that much setup is because what they're doing, they're just moving us forward. They don't have to restart anything. They have their stuff in place to just put in this new stuff now. You know what I mean? Falcon and Winter Soldier are carrying on their thing from Endgame. WandaVision is her, you know what I mean? So, and then you build to that next thing. I don't know if they're going to, they're
introducing all new titles. They knew the internal.
But they're characters that we know of, and then we will get those new titles with these characters. So they have their stuff in place.
So was it Shang-Chi? I forget his name. I know I'm saying it wrong. But like they introducing all new movies.
Ooh, Moon Knight, She-Hulk.
Through those older characters.
The old
She-Hulk,
Avengers,
but it's not. They're all having their own standalone movies. There's nobody that I'm seeing in the Internals that's from previous movies.
Right. They could be like the Guardians.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
They got the Guardians, but I don't think they're going to be in the Internals, is what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying, what I was saying was the Eternals could be like the Guardians. You know what I mean? How when the Guardians showed up, everybody was like, who the fuck, a fox that can talk, nigga? But now like they're like their own situation.
So they have to. So what I'm saying is Marvel has to do a big 360 as far as how we're going to look at these characters, because we don't have the people that we saw in that decade or so setting up those arcs. So it's like, I'm just saying DC still has characters that they've been using before, and they can capitalize that. So in the next 2 to 3 years, it might be more of an equal playing field when it comes to Marvel and DC. That's all I'm saying for the deep dive.
All DC is doing is revamping the same 7 characters every couple of years, and they fail at it. But what Marvel is doing is they've already established this universe. They gave you this canon storyline from beginning to end of this first generation of superheroes. This coming up is the second generation. We're already engulfed in this universe, so of course a lot of people are going to peep into this. Nothing is going to fall off. Everything is going as planned. Now, DC is still trying to get a hold of the universe and expand it. So they're still on stage 1 of this shit because they can't get a movie right to kind of hold it down. They can't have like a straight
find like a common theme, like a direction, what I'm saying? Whereas with like this, like I talked about with Zack Snyder, Justice League, it's so much ideas going on. Didn't they have 2 directors with it too? That type of shit.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
So I mean, okay, let me put it to you like this, right? If the Snyder Cut is amazing, if the Snyder Cut is something that we were just like, oh fuck, this movie would have been so dope, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes out, would you be more inclined to go towards DC and how they're moving forward?
Well, I've been leaning more into DC because I got, like I told y'all last week, I got the streaming app and I've started watching their content. And I know that they have taken up more of my time during this Corona period. So like, yeah, they I'm sure there are more fans like that. And I wouldn't like if I saw that Snyder cut and it was great, I would confidently say, all right, DC is acceptable like countermeasure to what Marvel has. But but when Marvel comes back, I'm on the side that says as soon as they drop this shit, it's just gonna go back to being Marvel's world. So DC's gonna have to do a lot more. So you think
the moment Marvel comes back is like game over?
It's just, I mean, DC is making a come up. You know what I mean? Like when Snyder cut, if it's good, we know Wonder Woman 84 is gonna be dope as hell. We've seen that trailer. That's gonna be lit. They got another Aquaman coming, which was long as hell.
I hated Aquaman.
It was good. It was just long, bro. It was
I don't know what it was about Aquaman. Like, look, I love Lisa Bonet, but your husband cannot be Aquaman.
What? No, dude, I thought it was. I mean, he made Aquaman a badass. Aquaman was getting dogged for
Aquaman
years,
was
bro.
the punchline of DC
yeah,
he brought it back to that more. I mean, honestly, to me, I think the animated movie did a better job with Aquaman than the actual movie.
Animated, when they released that?
Animated one was all right.
Yeah, the Rise of Atlantis. You saw like him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I do love the fact that they made it more like Hawaiian, Samoan. You know what I mean? You had that kind of influence in there, and just for the movie, that was great. That was great, and that was amazing. I don't think they gave him a story, gave us a story that was just like, oh fuck, this is a great. Because there's a lot of arcs to Aquaman that they could have used, but they keep reusing this introduction and everything like that. And I think we just need an Aquaman movie that just goes right into the shits. You know what I mean?
Well, that we have that now. Now that he had his, and so yeah, I mean, DC is they're definitely giving Marvel a run for their money right now. They got more shit that we can reach out to them and stuff. I just don't know if they're gonna be better than Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Animated. They've established a pretty good universe.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
They expanded to the Suicide Squad. Harley Quinn has been fucking the game up.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that Apocalypse War was good too. Like if they could like that, that's what, like if they could do what they're doing with these animated movies with a live action, then I'm 100%. I would 100% be on DC's side. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying this to shake the table when I'm shaking the table. I don't think Marvel gonna recover. I don't think they'll recover to be the top of what they had.
Well, I just don't think they've gone. They haven't gone anywhere.
I don't think when they come back they're gonna obtain that level of Marvel that they had before.
They don't have to. They still got it.
And they already run the
How
world.
do they still? The only reason they still got it is if we say Captain America, Iron Man, and all the trigger words that you think of when you look at Marvel.
Marvel acts on its own now. The Marvel universe is way bigger than just that first amount of Avengers right now. Yes, it is.
But the thing
way
is,
bigger, bro.
How are you going to make America and the world go watch Eternals?
What are you talking about?
If you don't know who the fuck it is.
How did they get us to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, bro? How did they get us out there? No, they did not.
Guardians of the Galaxy, when it came out, was critically panned before it reached theaters because everyone was like, "Who the fuck is this? And what did they do?"
Literally,
and
Bradley
it turned
Cooper
out to be
or
the best
Fox
movie they ever fucking made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, right?
So it's like, and that Marvel's done that to us, time and time again, where they've had a few flops, you know what I'm saying, Iron Man 3 and stuff like that, but they've had movies where you're like, ooh, what is going on, and then they blow us away, you know what I'm saying? So who knows?
So y'all really gonna sit here and say when Marvel comes back,
they have these established track record, dude, that could prove to me.
That could be a track record. Everybody has a track record, but they have duds and stuff like that. Even Jay-Z had Kingdom Come.
We just acknowledged that, but the fact is they have more winners than losers, and everyone knows that.
Yeah,
every fucking DC
credible.
movie ever fucking made, besides like 3 movies I can think of off the top of my head, are any good.
You know what I mean? They're that lawyer that he's a piece of shit, but he gonna get you out of jail, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to harp on him, but I'm thinking back from the E3 panel that they had, and they showed us all the movies that they were gonna release.
Yes.
And I looked at it and I'm like, and it's not something I really want to go ahead and watch. You know what I'm saying?
But I have to take more risks. They already put out all the A-list characters that everybody knows. Now they're going to take more risks, and they've proven that they know how to take those risks properly. They're casting everyone correctly. Kumail Nanjiani, Angelina Jolie, bro.
Yeah. And paper.
We gotta talk about. We still gotta talk about Beyonce being Storm, though. I mean, I'm still.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. That's out now. That's out.
That's out. Fake.
Okay, that was fake. Okay, oof. You know what I'm saying?
No
all
Beyonce
right, cool.
slander.
I was like, I'm not slandering Beyonce. I just Storm, man. Come on now.
But I mean, see, to James' point, because he did say something really, really dope. Yes, they have a good cast.
Amazing cast.
Amazing cast. I love. I'm
they
sorry.
They do their research, man.
I don't know the dude's name, but
Herschela's about to be Blade, man.
For real,
yeah,
dude. Like, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Again, snubbing Tyrese. You know what I'm saying?
True. I'm just saying to get to that point from like because they don't even have a script for Blade yet. Mahershala Ali just called Marvel and said, "Hey, I want to be Blade."
And if you're Marvel, you like yes.
Yeah, they just say yes. They don't
Hey,
have
did
a
you watch the
script
Oscars
yet.
last night? I want to be Blade. All right.
Literally, that's what happened. Literally,
Yes.
literally, right? So
You gotta strike while iron's hot, baby. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
so it's just
Yeah.
like, also, it's like, yeah, Mahershala Ali is going to be Blade. I think Mahershala Ali is an amazing actor. I love him in True Detective. I just want to make sure the script is good because we beat up the vampire.
you don't
story.
work for
to
Marvel.
a bad script.
Why do niggas gotta run it through you, man? Like, what are you talking about?
It's not-
Cyberpunk, you need to run this through me before you put it out, all right? Marvel, you need to run it through me before you put this shit
No,
out.
when did I say? When did I say run it through me though?
You just said that. I need to see a script. Nobody needs to see a script.
It's
That
like,
is
I
number
wanna
one. They
make
don't
sure
show
it's
their scripts to
good.
nobody, bro.
I can't say I
Yes.
want something to be good.
But you're one person, and
Are
the
you
billion-dollar
are
corporation
you
is not going to
silencing me?
listen.
Are you
No.
silencing me?
No.
Are you trying to silence
If I'm
me?
Marvel, yes, I am. Nigga, who are you? Nigga, you one dude. What are you
Well,
talking
no,
about?
I'm just saying that because they don't have a script yet.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh, shit is going to be amazing," and I'm just like, I just hope whoever's writing it knows how much we beat up the vampire storyline
Yeah.
and give us something new.
I mean, they're
'Cause
in
like,
Hollywood. I feel like they might know that.
Yeah, these people know that. They, like you
then
said,
why
they
did
do
we
their
get?
research.
Then
man.
why did we get all those vampire movies that we didn't need?
From who?
What,
Marvel?
from what?
No.
Yeah, which one?
I'm not saying from
Which
Marvel.
one that we didn't need? We needed all them blades for
Yeah,
sure.
we did.
Marvel has learned from everyone else's mistakes
And it's
every single time, and their own. Yes, and their
Yes,
own.
DC included.
That's why they're willing to pay top dollar for all these incredible actors. Dude, we're going to see John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic. I can guarantee that. And that's because everyone has been talking about that for years. They pay attention to their fan base. And they don't pay attention to the idiots. They pay attention to the people who know what they're talking about, who read the comic books. And shit, I would guess that 99% of the people who work for Marvel love Marvel Comics.
I think, and DC too. I think that what you just said might be what's put them where they are. They got in touch with their fan base. They see what they wanted. They gave them that, and they built it strategically and very carefully. Now DC is doing that. You know what I mean? They see that it's much easier to access these people right at their homes, through a podcast, through streaming, and they've capitalized on that with Corona, with animated stuff, because you can't go out and film stuff. You can animate by yourself in social distance, but you can't film a movie like that. So yeah, but like as soon as this stuff comes back, bro, Marvel already has their shit in place. So I don't know if DC's gonna take them over.
Also,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
there's
they
like
gonna-
only
they're
two
not.
choices: Marvel and DC. They're like the Republicans and Democrats of comic books. There's so many different comic book companies
Yeah,
and so
Dark
many
Horse,
different
all that.
so
So
many
what would
different
anime
comic
be?
book worlds. See,
Anime would be
Netflix.
lobbyists.
Yeah, obvious.
But no, I mean when it comes to what I was about to say, when it comes to DC, I think it's gonna take some. I'm sorry, for Marvel, it's gonna take some time for them to introduce these titles. They have too many titles in the bank. They have New Mutants. They have Morbius. They have fucking
but
these TV shows.
Morbius is Sony. It's like not really Marvel. They're not going to, the MCU with Morbius.
And they are planned out too.
It's the
like you know,
Venomverse.
yeah, they're planned out. Like that stuff was released for what 5 to 6 years, even before we knew what coronavirus was going to be. So they have the plan. You know what I'm saying? They already laid it out.
I mean, they
All
had the
need
plan,
is-
but then
yeah.
Corona happened. Now they have to
Yeah.
rearrange the plans.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Maybe
And
just
then,
delay it.
and then think about it. Think about when we come back, right? So say all this Corona shit is over. Everybody goes back outside. Who in the hell is gonna go be at home watching TV still? Who is gonna be at home? Like, say before this Disney Plus shit, who's gonna be like, man, shit, I can't wait to go home and watch Falcon and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, then the movie comes out, and then it's taking time to get to the movies that we like. We gotta sit through the internals. We gotta sit through Morbius.
2
We
hours,
don't
bro.
know.
sit
We
through-
don't know. We don't like them. Well, except Morbius. But like, we don't know if we don't like them. But come out yet.
And they say I'm a hater. Anything Tyrese is in and anything Bow Wow is in, they quick to hate it.
Hold on now. There's a couple of roll bounce. There we go.
There you
Bow
go.
Wow was
Hey,
the shit in
hey, he
Roll
was
Bounce.
the shit in Roll Bounce, baby. Yeah, he did the. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did his own stunts.
Yes, he did. He did do his own stunts.
But
Not like Nick Cannon, who let another nigga play
Go back into the topic,
drums.
guys. Back in the topic. We did our Bow Wow session for the day.
But
They got to change before we can. Before we can say that Marvel's done. I don't think Marvel's done. I'll put it like that. I don't think Marvel's done.
I don't think Marvel's done. My only point is, and what I was trying to explain is that I think it's going to take a long time for Marvel to get back that spot that they had.
How did they lose it?
Yeah, from who, bro? Like the
They're-
whole
I mean-
world stopped working in Hollywood. There's
And that's fine. I'm just saying that
it's their spot to take.
It's
right
happened
now.
DC
at the
can't film
worst
movies
time
either.
before they unleashed a whole new phase for
DC
us.
can't film movies either.
But if anybody's gonna get back
But they
to
could do
filming
animated
shit,
shows.
but if anybody can get back to filming shit, like shit, Marvel's gonna be first because Disney gonna open up first. That's how you know the world is coming back.
That's true. Disney's they've delayed their reopen. They thought they were gonna open in August, but they pushed it to like
one of the hood nerds, Sam, just commented. He was like, Marvel has been sitting on the New Mutants for over 3 years.
Well, that's because Fox made a bullshit movie that was changed a bunch of times. So now Marvel's trying to decide what to do with the good version of it. So and theaters are closed. What do you want them to do?
Right, but I mean, it was even so. It's been sitting on that for like 2 years, and even the actors had to reshoot some of the scenes because they got so much older that they had to. It wasn't like a scene where they was like fucking 20, and then they look 20, 30.
I was like, man, I'm still
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much they just been keeping shit in the bank. I'm just saying, I don't want it to be like this big explosion of movies and then certain shit get stuffed under the rug.
That's the mistake DC made, and Marvel did not. Marvel's not going to do that. They saw what DC did, and they wouldn't shoot themselves in the foot. You know what I'm saying? Marvel. I'm just confident that Marvel has their stuff ready to go for when everything comes back. And while yes, DC may be making their come up in a sense where they're grabbing fans in different ways to make them more confident in what they have to produce and stuff like that. It would take longer for Marvel to lose that spot than it would for them to set up new characters and get you into a whole new generation of them. Because we're all waiting. You know what I mean? We're all waiting. We didn't like that video game, though. I'll tell you that. I tried that video game. That shit was awful, Marvel. Another, but hey, all
right,
that movie's going to be good, man.
Before we end it for this week, I do want to revisit a topic because I did have the hood nerds do some comments, and we're gonna do this little quick discussion and get the fuck up out of here. The Dragon Ball Z, the last issue with Moro. Spoilers if you guys are watching and haven't caught up with Dragon Ball Super.
They wasn't reading it anyway.
But the thing about it is that it got to a point with the villain where Goku looked like he was gonna lose and Vegeta was gonna save the day. Then we all ran to read this issue just to find out Vegeta still got his ass whooped.
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Sam Lounsby. Hot Boy Summer, baby. Ooh, we in here. Let's go. Bang, bang. All right, go ahead.
And then when it got to it, people were upset saying Vegeta should have had a win. This is a guy that came from being a villain into being a hero, and he deserved to have that story. Jason understands what I'm saying. And
oh my god.
And then when it comes down to it, you guys, because you guys are some haters. When it came down to it, y'all were just like, "Oh, Goku needs to win every time." My response to you guys were, "That's a boring storyline. I like to see different variations of things." And when we're talking in the realm of anime, it's the unexpected that makes the animes great. Look at JoJo World. It's just random shit that you just never thought about pop back up, and that's why it's embedded into our culture. The thing about you guys is that you guys stuck to your guns and said Goku needs to win every time.
We didn't say Goku.
Wait. Let me get my shit off.
I got something to ask you before
I get my shit off. It was a lot of people in these comments that was agreeing with me, saying that Vegeta should have won. And I think y'all thought I was on a boat by myself. I'm on the Titanic right now. How you guys feel about that?
There was plenty of people on the Titanic.
Ooh, well, I was gonna say, how much more do we need to talk about? Hey, Jason, how you feel about that? You know what I'm saying, right? Hey, no, I read that comic, man, and I read what you said. Now, and all those people who commented, y'all all, just like you said, you wanted something unexpected. You all expected Vegeta to win that fight, and he didn't. So now you have more of that story to play out. So, like, that's exactly what your argument did. They fulfilled what your argument wanted. Now, I get you love Vegeta. That's just not how Dragon Ball Z is built.
Wait.
It's not how Dragon Ball Z is built. It's built for Goku to be the winner.
Wait, I don't understand. So you're saying that they gave us?
You said you want a different storyline. You said you wanted something unexpected. I read it. Vegeta fought that dude, beat his ass. All right, you know what I'm saying? Stood in front of him. Goku was like, "Oh man, this dude's gonna do it." Vegeta's right there, about to kill you right now. I was like, "Damn, he actually might do it." Nope.
Because
kept the story going, baby.
The writer doesn't like Vegeta as a character. He said it himself in the interview. He said, "I don't like Vegeta as a character."
Right.
So the biggest enemy Vegeta has to fight is the writer. That's the biggest enemy. Is the writer.
That'd be interesting.
Everybody want to fight though. Vegeta won a couple times way back in the day.
What main villain did Vegeta ever beat?
He beat the Dr. Jarrell android. And the other thing.
That wasn't the main villain.
Well, that was right before
Jarrell didn't even have hands.
That was the android.
He was a scientist. You saying he beat up a central worker?
Oh my god.
He almost he beat one of them. He beat like
no, he
beat
had
Frieza.
No, he didn't beat Frieza.
He did beat Frieza.
That was not a canon thing.
That
He's
was
not,
that was he beat Frieza.
did not.
Beat
But
Frieza, fought him, and again, just like in that comic, stood there and looked at Frieza and was like, all right, here we go. This is Vegeta's problem. This is why y'all need to stop believing in Vegeta. All right, Vegeta is fighting for himself. All right, the reason why Goku wins at the end every time is because the message of Dragon Ball Z is that we all come together to defeat this common enemy. Vegeta
Do we
is
all
always
come together,
fighting
or do
for
Goku
his
just
own.
walk off and then do his
They
own
all
thing?
come. Hey, don't they all? Doesn't Goku rely on all
We're
of his
not
friends?
reading the same
don't
thing.
they all fucking? Yes, that's exactly what Dragon Ball Z is. They all
Dragon
yes.
Ball Z is essentially Goku defeats the main villain while everybody else defeats the henchman.
He has the help of the people around him to give him the strength to beat that guy. Vegeta is only trying to be Goku. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Vegeta's only trying to be Goku. So he only fights these people Goku
He's the
fights.
type of dude that
so he
loves
can
his
beat Goku.
manager all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, our manager's great. Like,
No, man. Like that's how I feel. So I realized something, because I know why, and I know why you love One Piece so much, man. I get it, all right, because it's especially for those One Piece lovers. Because you sent us a video, and I want to say this. You sent us a video, knowing how long One Piece is. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is, but it's a status symbol now. All right, that's what it is. One Piece is your show. There's nothing anybody can say that's going to tell you that it's not perfect. That's how I feel about Dragon Ball Z. There's nothing anybody can say that's going to tell me Dragon Ball Z is not perfect. All right,
it is perfect. Have you seen Mr. Popo?
What?
Okay.
What? Have I seen Mr. Popo?
Yes.
Oh well, I mean, okay, well, hey,
It's
listen.
not perfect.
You can say
But
about the nigga.
One Piece has a very diverse cast
One
of
Piece,
characters.
One Piece is not perfect. One Piece is not perfect.
It's perfect.
It's not perfect. See,
Perfect.
like again, I reference that video.
Wait,
you know how long it is, Jarrell. You
It's-
know episodes set up 2 and 3.
We get into discussions that we already got
But what I'm
into.
saying is,
We got
no,
into
but this is
discussion
what I'm
already.
saying is, you're always going to defend the thing that you like for the reason that you like it, and I am going to do that too. So that's why you have a big section that while you're Vegeta fans, while you want to see him win, while you may be mad at the writers and
you're being
everything like that.
hypocritical.
Wait, listen. While you may be mad at the writers, they're not going to give it to you. That's the argument you're going to make. That's the argument you're going to stand on. But I'm telling you, that's not what the show is about.
You're being
okay?
hypocritical.
I'm not being
literally
hypocritical.
putting your foot
That's
in your
what the
own
show.
mouth.
No, that's what the show is about. Okay, I want One Piece to be different too. I wanted different things from One Piece when I stopped watching it, but it didn't give me what I wanted, so I stopped watching it. If these people stop watching Dragon Ball Z because Vegeta didn't get a win, then that's what they decide to do.
You putting your foot in your own mouth.
I'm not putting my foot in my mouth, bro. How am I putting my foot in my mouth? Because I'm
explain it.
This is my
explain
issue.
it.
I will walk off again, Jarrell. This is my issue with you, okay?
Just let me say
the
my piece
reason
before you
I
walk
have
off.
an issue is because when we have these discussions, you tell me my opinion is invalid, like it doesn't matter at all. Not that you disagree with it.
I said you put your foot
so
in your
whatever
mouth.
you want to say,
I said
go
you
ahead
put
and
your
say
foot
it.
in your mouth.
Whatever you're gonna say, because you can't tell me my perspective was wrong. You told me in the car that we can have different perspectives. So what is your perspective? Say it.
I'm not my perspective. I'm
What
just
are you
saying you
saying?
put your foot in your mouth.
What
You
did,
got
then
hit for the foot
explain
in
that.
the
That's
mouth.
what I'm saying. Explain that before you tell me
That's
to put
all
my
I'm
foot in my
saying.
mouth.
So
That's what I'm saying.
you
What
agree,
did you say?
You
Yes.
agree with James, right? That the fans and what they say and listening to the fans is something that makes Marvel great. You just agree with that man. So if the fans, which is not, which is not, it's not just me and a couple motherfuckers.
Right.
It's a whole trending topic on Twitter. If the fans are saying they're tired of that storyline, there's some substance to it. So if you can agree with Marvel, why can't you agree with Dragon Ball Z? Unless you had, like you said, you love Dragon Ball Z, which is fine.
Okay.
But if we on a platform where we have to discuss it, I can't not say it.
You can you can say it. What I'm saying,
okay,
no, that is not the argument I'm making. It is not done. That is not the argument I'm making.
Thank you for watching Hood Nerd Network,
Listen,
man.
no, it's not the argument I'm making, Jarrell. The argument I'm making is me to you, bro. Jason, you see what's happening, right?
Don't talk to Jason.
No.
Don't
Yeah, exactly. You see what's happening, right? You see? No. Because this is what Jarrell does. Okay, this is what Jarrell does. He makes the rules. He breaks the rules, and then everybody else is different. Okay, that's what y'all watch every week. Okay, yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
I know we can't talk to Jason. We can't talk to Jason. But you see my point, though, right?
Stop talking.
See what I'm saying? It starts at every Smith. You just get off on making niggas mad, man. You're telling you that's it, bro.
But
That's
okay. Let me just get an unbiased opinion, right, James? Just like I said, just like how you said Marvel, he agreed with you. I'm saying Vegeta was a trending topic on Twitter for an entire day, and he's saying that is Dragon Ball Z is nothing wrong with it.
Has the next issue come out? Let me ask you. Has the next issue come out yet?
As a commentator of the culture, you should at least be like, it's possible to still love Dragon Ball Z, but just be upset at a chapter.
Right.
Niggas do it all the time. James, can you attest to anything?
Both he is. I will as Dwayne, as your voice of reason, I will help rule on this. Jarrell, this one time, you didn't approach it the wrong way. I don't feel like he was disrespecting you as much as you think, Dwayne.
Right.
However, I understand why you would think that because Jarrell consistently does
but
that.
He does consistently do that, and the reason why I get the way that I get.
Look at the back
no,
pedal.
it's not even back. See that is the problem, Jarrell. This is what I will say this on air. I will put my hands on this nigga if he talks to me like that. I will.
6 feet.
I don't give a fuck about the 6
feet.
That That is my issue, bro.
All right, Lori.
I give
Lori,
you the
see this
room to
nigga.
make your argument, and you don't give me the room to make mine. All right,
We was making a breakthrough.
That's it.
We was making a breakthrough. That's all I'm
Okay,
saying.
right or wrong,
God.
I want the room to say what I want to say, just like I give that to you. I never disrespect you,
uncomfortable.
How you
nigga.
feeling,
I
Ty?
don't care. I don't care, nigga. I will get mad. That's what this nigga does, all right? And all you J-Hop niggas that follow him, you can do just that. You just
Why
like
you gotta
seeing
come
people
at my
get
peoples,
upset, bro.
though?
You just got to see people get upset, bro. I don't care. That's exactly what you do, man. That is what you do, bro. I mean it. You got to stop doing that because niggas
so
don't
what-
like that.
You
what-
are a
what's the-
habitual
yes.
line stepper,
What-
Jarrell.
what-
Yes,
what
you
is the-
are a
what
habitual
is the-
line stepper. Yes.
Well, at least comment on the point that I said. Just like
Comment.
Marvel, you have not said. You said everything else but to the point.
Okay, so then can I get? So when I said that, you were right. I never even got the chance
Can I
to
give
say
my
that.
flowers? Can I give my
Say that's
goddamn
what I'm saying.
flowers?
But the thing is,
Don't say
no,
but,
no,
not
no.
him.
This is the but right here. This is the but.
You
Jarrell.
not- you
This is the
not
but.
Dwayne. Don't
Before
but me.
I even get the chance to tell you you had a logical point, you step on me and say I don't know what I'm talking about.
That was last
no,
week.
no, no,
That
no,
was
no, no, no,
last
no.
week.
That is the disrespect. Okay. That's the disrespect. When we sit here and debate, if it's something you don't like, before we give you the chance to say what you got to say, before you give us a chance to say what we got to say, both sides do this to each other. We just go, you know what? That's it. All right, that's it. That's it. All right, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I dig in is because you dig in, because you like what you like and I like what I like, and that's
Agreed.
why this shit needs to
Agreed.
work. But you got to stop coming over here and telling me that the reason I like what I like is not real, because it's
didn't.
my reason.
I didn't today.
It's my reason.
You bring a smoke from last
no,
week.
No, you
time
don't know,
traveling.
and that's no. You do it.
time
You do it all the time. I'm not time traveling, nigga. You doing it now.
time
This is why. See, this is why niggas don't like you, bro. This is why niggas don't like you.
And
And
you
you
brought
do
up
this
Twitter.
every week, bro. Every week. And this podcast is gonna turn to this every goddamn week till you stop doing it. I'm speaking truth to power, bro. I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I don't give a damn. All right, I don't.
So did I
I'm
say?
serious.
Did I say anything wrong today?
Well, you made your argument based off what people say on Twitter. Twitter is just a bunch of random people talking. But just because Vegeta didn't win doesn't mean Goku will. Because we've already seen Goku that he hasn't caught a couple bodies. Goku hasn't won a few battles, even though he's the strongest. Even though people expect Goku to win, he doesn't always win. So just because Vegeta didn't win this time doesn't mean Goku's going to. Shit. Gohan might just surprise us because he got this new power going on.
Gohan in college.
Well, no, he a teacher now. I think actually he a teacher now. Yeah.
He a teacher, bro.
That's why he my favorite. He the only nigga with a job, bro. He like, nigga, I need to pay rent.
His mama raised him with those
Hercule
type of
didn't give
values.
me $100 million for nothing. Nigga, I had to earn this shit.
Right.
Actually,
So
nah, he banging his daughter. I'm sorry.
Yeah. but so now
Yes.
we on equal playing field.
That's
So
why,
now we
and
got
that's
through
why I
it.
want us to stay, man. Like I mean that. Like I'm never trying to get the way I get, but you have to stop doing that to me. You have to.
Bro, I know
Man to man, you have to stop doing that to me.
Bro, I know.
Okay?
We ain't
That's
got
all.
to be
Yeah.
too emotional on the fucking.
No, I mean, I will. We do, because you don't learn, nigga. You don't learn, and I'll say it. You don't learn. You got to stop infringing on me as a person. And you do that.
Infringing.
You do that, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we on the same playing field.
Can I get that from? Can I get you on there saying you will stop doing that to me? Because I really need to hear you say that,
He
Drew.
don't even know what he's doing.
Exactly.
No, I do.
Exactly.
I will stop
Do you?
saying
Yeah.
that
You know what you
don't-
do? Do you know what you do?
Hey. Let me.
Yes.
We getting off track.
Go ahead. No. We're not. This is the track we on.
Oh,
Fuck this other shit. Do you know what you do to people?
This is the most sensitive man. Jason, I'm sorry.
He
you
don't
had to
answer
see this.
questions.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you had to
exactly.
see this. Look.
So everybody sees what it is. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean?
we'll go-
Humble yourself, and I will stay humble. Then I will humble myself. That's how I look at it.
All I'm asking
Yeah.
for you to say is that Vegeta should get a win. You went way left.
And I could have said that. I could have said that, bro. I could have said it.
That was the
I could
argument
have,
in the
right?
beginning.
How many more times could I have actually said that?
I mean, you
A lot,
really
right?
get a chance to.
I gave him a chance.
Hey, y'all, I've been the one true king of Westeros, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Why you shoot this nigga some bail? I literally gave him the platform. I just
you
set
did
it up,
not.
and then you say yeah, and then
Right.
I was like, all right.
Right. And then when you made this, is the thing. You made your argument about Marvel, right? Before I had a chance to respond, what did you do? What did you do?
Ended.
You gaslit me. You told me I didn't know what I was talking about. Blah blah blah. You
use-
said that. You
yeah.
made a real argument,
We're using
nigga.
Twitter terms now.
Thank you. Exactly.
I'm sorry. I gaslit you.
Twitter-
I'm telling you, bro. I can't deal with
Is
this
that
shit,
the word
bro.
that was gaslighting?
I can't stand this nigga. I really can't, bro.
Gaslighting.
I cannot.
Right.
I mean that, dude. I do not like you at all. I mean that. Yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
when you get into Vegeta on the next chapter, how do you feel like it's going to turn out? Like, how do you want Vegeta to win, or where you want to take it to?
Well, we don't. Well, I mean, we can see what happened. 'Cause I watched that chapter, and it looked like the dude won because Vegeta he needed to take the time to gloat.
Right.
So that means everybody gonna be probably back to training now. That's usually what happens. Nigga goes away. They like, I guess y'all want to go lift some weights. Like, so you never know, man. I mean, if hey, listen. He didn't get the win, and fans want it. So
the way acting right
That's
now,
all.
I'm not even gonna talk about the next chapter with this nigga.
Well, see, hey, that's fine, man. That's fine, man. Honestly, it's just you just gotta stop doing that. I mean that. You gotta stop doing that. Yeah.
All right.
So
we get to that. We get to that next chapter. I'm just saying we need new storylines, new modes to go to.
We've gotten new storylines and new modes. Like one of the androids won the last match. Like who expected that?
I mean,
Do you just want Vegeta to win?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I do. I
there
want
you go.
Vegeta. I want Vegeta to win once at least. That's
He's
all.
won a few times.
He's won little match. I'm talking about a main villain, guys. We just talking main villains.
He's got to learn first. He hasn't died as many times as Goku. That's the whole point of being a Saiyan. Like whenever you get hurt the most, you come back stronger. Vegeta only died once. Goku's died 4 times.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I'm just saying we just need to see somebody else win. We saw Gohan win. I think Vegeta needs to.
Damn, that nigga Tristan
Somebody-
hit you hard, bro. He said Jarrell is Megan McCain and Dwayne is Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi be trying to reach over, and he got the dreads too. That's how bad it is, nigga. Whoopi be ready to reach over there and talk to her like that, bro. That's all. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all, man. We gotta stay on the topic. I would love to just stay on the topic. That's all. I do.
You still mad, ain't you?
I am so mad.
Look, Vegeta got to
We
win.
gotta end this because Dwayne get emotional,
All
y'all.
right, but shit, let's see who else won. Trunk won a fight. Future Trunks won a fight. So
Yeah,
Vegeta
Future Trunks
busted a
beat-
nut that went into the future and came back and saved
Yeah,
that.
his son beat Goku Black.
Now
Yeah,
you're reaching.
That's
his
a long
son is
game.
the one that beat Goku Black. Yeah.
You're reaching now.
He's so strong, his nuts be.
See you,
beating
yeah.
that nigga.
So now, so you've gotten, so now you've gotten these other storylines now. So what?
You reaching now when you get to like when you look at like, oh, what about his son though? Like, no, I'm talking about Vegeta as
Do
a
you
standalone.
not like Dragon Ball Z, Jarrell? Do you not like it?
I mean, I love it as much as everybody else.
I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do, man.
I'm sorry, I can't critique things that you like.
I don't know if you do, man.
I'm sorry, I critique things that you like. I
No,
know
you
you in
can't.
the mood because your favorite
That's
character
gaslighting.
Goku is that gaslighting?
That's gaslighting.
Right there.
We went away from Goku. We said anybody could win low key. It just doesn't have to be Vegeta, and you bringing it back to Goku.
Yeah, but I'm just you saying I
Yeah.
don't like Dragon Ball Z, so it pulls it back into a wider range in my head.
No,
right?
well, the reason I asked you that is because, like, I mean, it just seems like you're finding this flaw with it or whatever, and it's because do you not like it or whatever like that?
Do I know what don't I like about Dragon Ball Z?
You just said it. They don't give you different storylines. They don't give you a new thing. Ty just gave you 2 or 3 different storylines that they have given you, and then you still find something wrong with it. So do you just not like it?
But I've said one thing about Dragon Ball Z I didn't like.
What
And
don't you like?
That was Vegeta.
Right.
That was it. Case closed.
So why is it? So why did it even come down? Why did it even have to get this far?
Because that was the topic, and then,
But he just said you don't know who's gonna win next.
Hey, I only just wanted to bring back the topic because
That's
you
all.
walked out and got emotional last week, and I was trying to solve
Nigga.
it. That was it.
Yes.
That was it. But you
I
close to it
walked
already.
out and got emotional because you're doing that shit right there, Jarrell. I'm not fucking playing with you. Stop doing that.
I'm
Stop
not-
telling me I got emotional because of what you said. I'm getting emotional because of who you are. You are a nigga that will talk to somebody and try to rile them up, and then when they do get mad,
Hey,
you sit there. No, I don't care. I'll get there.
podcast.
You sit there and
Podcast.
you sit there and act like you are in the right just because you're not upset. I have a right to be upset when you talk to me like I
Jason,
don't
I'm sorry, this
understand
is your
you.
first
All
day.
right,
I
that's the end of it.
apologize.
That's point blank period.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Point blank
Your
period.
first day,
That's
man.
yes.
For people
And
that
I
don't
will
know-
get like that.
if people
I have a
don't-
right to feel like that. Let the people see this. I have a right to feel like this. If somebody's gonna tell you you don't have the right to feel how you feel, get like that. All right. I don't care what podcast
Hey.
we on. I don't care who's paying for this
we just
episode.
Hey, bro.
I don't care.
We just talking Goku
All right?
and Vegeta. You
That's
talking
it.
about some whole.
Yes,
other-
we can. And if we stick to that, we stick to that.
And that's
Stop
what I'm
telling me
saying. That's
I'm
what-
getting emotional
that's what-
because I
Jarrell,
will.
Stop interrupting.
That's what you're
him.
doing.
But he
Okay?
just
Boom. That's what it is. I don't care. I don't care. 10 more episodes we got to make. I hope you make them. Stop talking to me like that, Jarrell. Goodbye.
And that was Dwayne Murphy Jr. Ladies
Oh my
and
God!
gentlemen.
Stop it.
Jarrell, for real.
That was Dwayne Murphy Jr.
I'm going home. I'm not doing this with you. Like, honestly, you are disrespectful. Dude.
I'm so sorry, Dwayne. I'm sorry about that. Well, this been a Hood Nerd Network, man. If you guys are subscribing to this, man, make sure you log on to iTunes and Spotify. I've been Jarrell Scott Barnes.
Tyreek, y'all.
And that's Jason. Thank you, guys.